King's Quest I. Quest for the Crown. Long ago, in the kingdom of Daventry, there were 3 magical treasures that kept the kingdom strong and prosperous. A magic mirror that foretold the future, an enchanted shield with the power to protect from any invaders, and a treasure chest that was never empty. These treasures were taken from Daventry by deception and stealth, and without them, Daventry grew poor and weak. King Edward, once a stout-hearted and vigorous ruler, had become powerless and sickly. Edward had no heir, and everyone feared that chaos would result from his death. King Edward asked his bravest knight, Sir Graham, to embark upon a quest to recover the 3 treasures. Despite many challenges, Graham's quest was successful. As his reward, King Edward named Sir Graham his heir and granted him the throne of Daventry. Thus began the reign of King Graham of Daventry. King's Quest II. Romancing the Throne. King Graham was a wise and kindly monarch. With his great wisdom and the return of the 3 treasures, Daventry prospered once more. But Graham knew that he must soon marry and establish his own royal line with an heir to the throne. The handsome young king searched far and wide for a bride, but no maiden captured his eye nor his longing heart. Then one day, King Graham saw in his magic mirror a vision of a lovely young woman held prisoner in a quartz tower. The captive maiden was named Valanice, a girl both beautiful and wise. She had been stolen from her home and taken to a far land. Graham vowed to find her and set her free. After a long journey with many trials, he did just that. Graham asked Valanice to be his queen, and she agreed. Thus began the royal family of King Graham and Queen Valanice of Daventry. King's Quest III. To err is human. Queen Valanice and King Graham soon became the parents of twins, a son and a daughter named Alexander and Rosella. Life in Daventry was peaceful and good, for a time, but the young prince was stolen from his cradle, and the kingdom went into years of deep mourning. In a land far away lived an evil and powerful wizard named Mannanan. It was his wont to kidnap infant boys and raise them to be his slaves. Before his slaves were full grown and could pose a threat to the wizard's dominance, Mannanan ridded himself of each in turn. However, Mannanan's most recent vassal, a boy he called Gwydion, was unusually bright and perceptive. He mastered several of the wizard's spells and turned them against the tyrant to gain his freedom. Gwydion was, of course, the kidnapped Prince Alexander. After escaping Mannanan, Alexander's travels brought him to Daventry, not the lovely and peaceful Daventry of days gone by, but a land devastated by a terrible affliction. The kingdom had fallen victim to the ravages of a dreadful 3-headed dragon. The beast had burned the land all around and killed many people. Alexander was able to use his newfound magical powers to destroy the dragon and rescue an intended victim, none other than Princess Rosella, his sister, from its lair. He was taken before King Graham and Queen Valanice, and the happy family was reunited. Daventry rejoiced and prospered once more. King's Quest IV. The Perils of Rosella. Shortly after Prince Alexander's return, King Graham's health began to fail. The royal physicians were powerless to help him. Only a magical fruit from the faraway land of Tamir could bring about a cure and restore the health of Daventry's beloved monarch. Graham's daughter, Princess Rosella, set off in pursuit of this healing magic for her father. On her journey, she performed many brave deeds and had many great adventures. Princess Rosella's astounding success as an adventurer saved her father's life and ensured the kingdom's continued well-being once more. King's Quest V. Absence makes the heart go yonder. But Daventry's fortune was not to continue unchallenged. An evil wizard called Mordack, brother of the ill-fated Mannanan, was plotting revenge on the royal family. One day, while King Graham was out for a swim, Mordack used his evil magic to kidnap Valenice, Alexander, and Rosella, along with the entire castle of Daventry. Heartbroken and driven, King Graham resumed his adventurer's cap once more in a quest to rescue his family from the dread wizard's grasp. After traveling far and being sorely tested, King Graham thwarted Mordack's plans and rescued his entire family. In the process, Graham also released a stolen princess, Cosima, from her bondage in Mordack's castle, and sent her back to her home of the Land of the Green Isles. But not, that is, before Prince Alexander had become thoroughly and permanently smitten.